Welcome back. Not MG Killer is here, and today I got a special video for you guys today. As everyone know, I'm a huge WWE fan. I will speak it until it exists. Not even just WWE, wrestling in general. But today, this video, this one's special. This one is strictly to the WWE. So we had the 2021 WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and there was a lot of goods and a lot of bads for me. And I'm gonna break it down from the even to the kickoff show to the end of it. And yeah, this is something new. It's going to be a lengthy video. If you like WWE, this is the place to be. Ooh. But yeah, I'm going to record some videos on WWE starting now. If you guys like it, tell me down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed it, I'll do more reviews for other stuff. If you don't, then so you can support anyway. Thank you. But yeah, I'll get straight into it because this is going to be pretty lengthy. So first off, we had Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Oh no, Charlotte Flair and Asuka at the time. They were the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. This is on the kickoff show, so a lot of you guys might not have seen it. The kickoff show is not really important. What is important? I watch it because I love everything wrestling, but a lot of people might skip it. So yeah, it was a 2v2 for the Women's Tag Team Champion, and it was bad. As simple as that. It was a disqualification finish. So, like, if it's a pay-per-view, there should not be a disqualification finish. Like, we waited a month for this feud for it to end in a disqualification? Really? Like, it was bad. So, like, Asuka and Charlotte Flair is the most random. When I mean most random, it is the most random tag team there could be. And Charlotte didn't need another champion. They could have went to someone else, but they gave it to Charlotte anyway. Like the Iconics that they split up, they could have been the tag team champions again. But nope. They gave it to Charlotte and Asuka for them to hold it for like a month just to lose it to the same people they beat for the titles. And it was a whole bunch of BS because they won off of disqualification. Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair's dad, gave Lacey Evans some type of weapon for her fist, and she knocked out Charlotte. And then Charlotte got hit with a leg drop by Nia Jax, and yeah, Charlotte lost. And yeah, new tag team champions. That is a bad match for me. But your winners, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Next match was on the main show. It was Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg, also known as Goldberg, bro. Goldberg, I'm gonna let y'all know. In his prime, he was a beast, one of my favorites. But like, why are old part-timers who are in their 50s getting WWE title opportunities? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, someone young and up and coming deserves it, not someone who doesn't need it, who's like 50, who shows up like twice a year. Yeah, like Goldberg hurt the Fiend, he hurt Undertaker. Like, Goldberg is no good, and I'm glad that he lost this match. This match was kind of a finisher fest, which means there was a whole bunch of spears, a whole bunch of jackhammers, a whole bunch of claymores, like straight finishers, like barely any regular moves, which I usually hate because then it just beats the purpose. Because if we have like Goldberg kicking out of claymores, or if we have Drew McIntyre kicking out of spears, it just beats the purpose of a finisher. It's not even a finisher at that point. So yeah, that part was really bad. The story of that match was Goldberg attacked Drew McIntyre before the match officially began, injured his ribs a little bit. And yeah, Drew McIntyre kicked out of everything. He kicked out of spears, kicked out of jackhammers, and it was a really fast match because, yeah, Goldberg is old and he can't work, like, good matches anymore. Like, it sucks, but that's the truth. That's just how it is. So, yeah, Goldberg got demolished in this after he was fighting Drew. And, yeah, your winner is Drew McIntyre, who retained his WWE champion. Also, Goldberg's attire was really ugly. Like, he was the most wannabe Brock Lesnar I've ever seen. It was so disgusting, bro. The stick to the trunks, the knee pads, and all that. I don't know. You're not a UFC fighter, bro. Just don't pretend to be one. But yeah, I gave that like a good-ish. Like, it wasn't bad. Well, okay. I didn't generally like that match too much. Like, it was a finisher fest. Like I said, it beats the purpose of a finisher. But I had to give it like more, like a 6 out of 10. I had to give it more of a good than a bad because Drew McIntyre did win. Drew McIntyre did win, and Drew McIntyre, like, a hell of a champion. Like, he used to be bad, like, when he got fired from WWE, he was terrible. Like, he was a joke. And now he came back, and thank God he beat Goldberg, because I hate seeing Goldberg in a WWE ring. In 2020, 2019, anything past, like, 2006, bro, I don't want to see him in a ring. Like, just get him out of here. Like, go retire. Yeah, that match was, like, 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, like a 6 like, out of 10, like a 5.5 out of 10, just because Drew McIntyre won. I just didn't want to see Goldberg win. Right, next up, I wrote, let me see. Next match was, right. Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. My picks to win each Royal Rumble, for the women's was Bianca Belair, and my pick for the men were Cesaro or Big E. We'll get into those matches later. But next match was Sasha versus Carmella, and that match was bad to me. Like it was a good match on like one person's part, but overall it was just a bad match. Like, story wise, it didn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna break into Reginald, Carmella's assistant. I forgot the correct term, Symbolier or something like that. He was thrown out super early. Like the referee kicked him out, made him go to the locker room. Honestly, for no reason, because Sasha got hit out the ring. Then Reginald caught her for preventing her from falling, and she beat him up. And the referee told him to go to the back, and he kicked him out of the arena for Sasha beating him up. Like, and he was throwing. This was towards the beginning of the match. This was really stupid. That's why I didn't like. So that part is like a down for me. Like, it didn't make sense. Like, how you kick someone out for getting beat up didn't make no sense. Also, Carmella, like, I don't know how she got another opportunity. I honestly wanted to see her to win because I'm personally not a fan of Sasha Banks. Like, I just don't like her. Like, I don't know. I don't like her as champion. Like, she's a good wrestler, but as champion, I'd rather see someone like Carmella. I feel like Carmella's more charismatic, and her in-the-ring work lately have been like fire. But yeah, Carmella beat the soul out of Sasha Banks like 85% of the match, and she ended up tapping out. She didn't get pinned. She ended up tapping out. So it doesn't really make sense in WWE. Why have Carmella beat her up for the majority of the match just for her to tap out? Like, Sasha barely had any, like, offense, but, yeah. Carmella still tapped out, and it didn't make sense because Carmella lost her first match with Sasha for the title, and on her second match, she lost clean. So, where does Carmella go? She's just in the back of the line. She had a big return, like, a couple months ago, and has done nothing but win a couple matches on SmackDown, but that's about it. So, yeah, for me, that match gets a bad. Like, it's just bad to me. So, yeah. So far, we have 2 bad matches. I'm going to tally them up at the end, and 1 good-ish match. So, yeah, Royal Rumble started off really slow. I'm such a dedicated fan. I did backstage segments. Then there was a backstage segment with The New Day, and Sami Zayn. I love The New Day. The New Day are fun. They kind of have gotten stale, and sometimes, like, I see them win when I don't want them to win. But, yeah, so Big E, who is the current Intercontinental Champion, if you didn't know that, and Xavier Woods, they were in the back. Sami Zayn was doing his usual week-to-week. It's conspiracy, like, I don't like nobody, like, the hate all, be all, like, he just, like, he's a Karen, but for a dude, so I don't know what that would be. But, yeah, and then we got to see the return of Kofi Kingston, who he's been out for a couple weeks, I think almost 2 months now, with I think a shoulder injury, but he's still not medically clear to compete, but it was still good to see the New Day all on the same, like, show, like, right next to each other, because Big E's on SmackDown, Xavier and Kofi are on Raw, so yeah, there was just a whole bunch of that we were missing, and, like, the split was good, and Big E been needing a single run. Xavier Woods is super underrated. Please, WWE, give him a United States title run. I mean, he's not beating Bobby Lashley, because no one beats Bobby Lashley, because he's the most protected man in WWE today. But yeah, let him hold a singles title. Like a couple years ago when he fought Seth Rollins, it was such a good match. But yeah, we saw the New Day together, like, for the first time in months, just clowning Sami Zayn. Like, they said, all jokes aside, and then they told Sami to go, so they're saying he's a joke, which is really disrespectful, but it was really funny because, like, it flew over the head of many people, including my cousin when I watched it with him. So, yeah, that segment, it got a good. It was good for me. So there's 2 goods, 2 bads so far. And then after that, it was a Bad Bunny performance, and I personally, like, I've heard of Bad Bunny, but I never knew who he was. I thought it was a girl. But yeah, he performed this song, Booker T. And yeah, it was a decent performance, and Booker T just stood there like this. exactly, like just just mean mugging, bro. Like it was so hilarious. It doesn't get a good or a bad. It it's just it was just there. Like I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny. I don't think it was terrible, but like I was I was watching it, but I was just like, okay, it can keep going. But yeah, then it finally ended, and yeah, we'll see more Bad Bunny later. And the next was the Women's Royal Rumble match, and that one was fun. I didn't think it was gonna be as good as it was. No, like no disrespect, but like usually like women are just learning the Royal Rumble because they didn't get their first Royal Rumble match until 2018, but it was pretty fun. So Bianca Belair was no, my fault. My pick was Bianca Belair. Number one was Bayley. Number two was Naomi. And yeah, they started off, Bayley being the jerk that she is. She was just like, I'm gonna win it. I'm better. And then talking so much trash. And now Naomi, we haven't seen her in a couple months or a couple weeks, somewhere around there. I've been watching so much wrestling; it's hard to keep track of all of it. And yeah, she just was going crazy. And then Bianca Belair, who is in a current feud with Bayley, came out number three. And then they were just like they were tangling, they were wrestling, and then yeah, like they lasted pretty long. And then yeah, it was going. Then a whole bunch of other people were coming out as Royal Rumbles are. I'm not gonna get into too much of it for time's sake. I can get into more specific details if you guys want to see that later. Just type it down below. Yeah, we saw some returns. We saw. I wrote these down because there's a lot in the women's match. We had Mickie James, we had Tori Wilson, we had Victoria, we had Jillian, we had Alicia Fox. Like, that's 5 WWE legends, female-wise, that returned in that match. And then, like, I don't know, it's just generally a good performance from, like, everyone in the Royal Rumble match. And then, okay, there's one thing that WWE does. Okay, before I even get to that, Alicia Fox, she returned. I forgot what number she was. Okay, yeah, I don't forget what number she was, but she won the 24/7 champion from R-Truth. And please, WWE, just retire that belt. That belt, when it first came out, it was so ugly. I remember talking to my homie, and like we were texting each other while we were watching Raw, like years ago when Mick Foley revealed it, and it looked like a paper plate that was spray painted green, and someone wrote like the number 24/7. Like, it's so ugly, it's so stupid, and like it's a title for jobbers, people who like don't get no screen time. Like Humberto Carrillo returned a couple weeks ago, and like we saw him going for the 24/7 champion, and I'm like, basically if you go for that 24/7 champion, like your career in WWE is done. You're better off taking your talents elsewhere. Like, no way Jose going after the 24/7 champion out of WWE. Drake Maverick, he went back to NXT. EC3, gone. Like, Bobby Roode was a joke, but now he's with Dolph Ziggler, and that tag team is just Like, stop putting Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode in tag teams. I could talk about this for all day. Like, let them thrive as singles competitors, bro. Like, Dolph Ziggler gets punished for being too good. Like, he literally everybody that goes from NXT to the main roster has to beat Dolph Ziggler. Like, also, why wasn't Keith? I'm gonna get into more of it later. But yeah, Alicia Fox won the 24/7 champion. And yeah, like, that was the highlight for Alicia Fox. And then she got thrown out. And then R-Truth, like, did this, like Simon Miller says, the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. The surprise roll-up, eliminate, like, took back his 24/7 title, which he loses later, but we'll get into that. And yeah, it was over from there. Well, that at least. And then it makes no sense. Carmella, who, like I said previously, lost to Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's Champion, came out number 24. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you fight, okay, and rules are, if you fight for a title, like a main title, like a WWE or Universal title or SmackDown or Raw Women's Champion, you shouldn't be in the Royal Rumble match. That means you may get 2 opportunities. It doesn't make sense. So the booking is dumb on that aspect. So it basically means that, like, she was bound to lose because, like, she was in the Royal Rumble after she had a title match earlier. That's like the same thing like a couple years ago when I first saw it, when Roman Reigns lost the Universal title, but he still came out number 30. I think it was the 2017 Royal Rumble. Like, booking wise, it just doesn't make sense. So it gives someone 2 opportunities. Like, if you should not be able to compete, well, at least it was before, when back in the day, you're not allowed to compete in a Royal Rumble if you're fighting for a main title. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So it's like we're doomed to lose from the start, because if you go into the Royal Rumble after you just had a title match, 1, booking wise, that doesn't make sense, and 2, you just had a match, and you're and most likely not gonna win the Royal Rumble. Like, it just makes sense. Okay. Lana returned, and we haven't seen her for a couple months. Uh, Lana's great. Like, she's married to Miro, who's in AEW, but yeah, she was great. Like, she was looking she was looking bad tonight. Like, she was looking bad as in like she was like going crazy bad, not like BAD as in like she sucks. And then yeah, she had a good little run, a good little flurry until she was eventually thrown out. But yeah, Alexa Bliss was number 27, and yeah, she couldn't transform obviously because Raw and SmackDown they're pre-taped, but for number 27, she couldn't. Like, like she can't transform because it's live. So yeah, they just threw her out, which was really a bummer because a lot of people were betting money on Alexa Bliss to win because he was booked super strong, but she just didn't. Like, she was thrown out by Rhea Ripley, there's a lot of NXT. Let me get into NXT. NXT for females, we had Shotzi Blackheart, we had Toni Storm, we had Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, and Ember Moon. Rhea Ripley eliminated, I'm correct, 6 or 7 people. Yeah, Rhea Ripley was getting busy tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh yeah, this is like right after I finished watching the Royal Rumble, so like these are all like right after. That's why my memory is good. And I wrote some down. Toni Storm like was looking nice. Dakota Kai got eliminated super fast. Which Shotzi Blackheart came into the tank, and my cousin was like going crazy over it. And Ember Moon, she did a little bit, then she was thrown out. Like, the NXT didn't get that much love in the Royal Rumbles tonight. Well, at least on the female side, except for Rhea Ripley. She was doing fire. Like, she was on fire, I mean. Sorry. Some legends we had, though, in the women's Royal Rumble. We had Mickie James. We had Tori Wilson. Then we had Victoria, Jillian, Alicia Fox, like I said. The legends had a decent run, but Iconic Reunion was so cute. Billie Kay, I love Billie Kay. She's one of my favorite wrestlers. Her Australian accent is cute to me. Like, it's gold. And then, like, Jillian, who returned, Billie was trying to get people on her team, but no one wanted to. But Billie and Jillian finally formed a little duo, like Jillian and Billie. So it was like Billie and Jilly. It was really cute. And then they were actually dominating, going crazy. Billie Kay had like 4 eliminations, which was really good. And then Peyton Royce came out, and then her and Billie Kay did the whole Iconic thing, and it was just nice because like I love the Iconic. They should have never got split up, but it was really stupid. But yeah, Billie Kay, please push her like in more than a comedy person. Please, WWE, thanks. I'm like one of your biggest fans. Just please. And then what else did we have? Okay, Nia Jax, who is now a 2-time women's tag team champion with Shayna Baszler, threw out Shayna Baszler. Nia Jax came out number 29 for some reason. I don't get it. If you're a tag team, right, and there's only a couple people left, throw everyone else out and then fight one-on-one, like fist bump, and then made a best man. Well, in this case, women win. But no, she just threw out, and then got thrown out right after that. Like, it makes no sense, bro. It really don't. Natalya was number 30, and I don't like what WWE, like, why would you have 2 people who obviously aren't gonna win fight for the number 30 spot? It was Natalya and Tamina. They fought for the number 30 spot. Natalya won. Natalya came in, lasted like 3 minutes, and got thrown right out. The final 4 were Charlotte, Bianca Belair. Yeah, Bianca Belair been in there since the start. Natalya and Rhea Ripley. Natalya got thrown out, so the final 3 was Charlotte, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. So yeah, don't put someone that's like an obvious to fans number 30 because it's so anticlimactic. Just don't do that. Natalya got thrown out, and then Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley tag team Charlotte. Like, I really wanted Charlotte to go. Like, she's the most. They're spoon feeding her everything, bro. Like, just like her father, Ric Flair. But yeah, they threw her out. They double teamed her, and then Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley did a little stare off on the edge. Like, hold on, let's get back in the ring. Let's chill. Then they 1v1'd, and my pick, who I called it, you can ask my homie, that we were talking to, Bianca Belair eliminated Rhea Ripley, and she won the whole thing. Push her to the sky, push her to the moon, WWE. Like, please. I want to see her take the belt off of Sasha Banks. Thanks. That match was so good. Like, it gets up. It gets a good for me. So, yeah. The good. I'm going to tell you the goods and the bads at the end. Then there's a backstage segment with Booker T and Bad Bunny, because, Bad Bunny performed and had this Booker T right there. And then The Miz and John Morrison were back trying to recruit Bad Bunny. Like they're getting stale with the trying to just I don't know. Be their heel run is push John Morrison, push the Miz. Like the Miz probably is gonna fail his cash in for the Money in the Bank because he is Mr. Money in the Bank. Like to push them singly because he won the title from Otis and like he loses in 2v1 handicap matches. Like yeah, just make him drop the title, please and thank. I mean drop the briefcase, please and thanks. I'm gonna get clowned in the comment section for that. If they booked him and John Morrison better, like, please. So yeah, that gets a bad for me because it was just corny. Okay, and then yeah, Peter Rosenberg. Yeah, you're probably like who? Yeah, he beat R-Truth for the 24/7 title. Please retire that belt. It is ass. Bad. All right, next up we have Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title. For that they like. I knew Kevin Owens wasn't gonna win, but they like did a darn good job at making me think that he was gonna win, or like getting me to believe that wait, like he might have a chance, you know. But yeah, him and Roman Reigns fall all over the arena. He threw Kevin Owens off the screen after Kevin Owens hit him with a stunner and a super kick, all that, and then yeah, also yeah, he threw him off the screen, which is like at least 15 feet high, into many tables, and yeah, Kevin Owens was just in there, just like he needed help. Uh, yeah, and then they were fighting to the back, and Roman Reigns ran over Kevin Owens with a golf cart, and it was hilarious because you could see Kevin Owens like brace himself, so he just like threw himself into the golf cart. But yeah, that looked painful. And then he got up because it was the last man standing match. If you don't know the rules, I'll explain it to you now. You gotta beat your opponent so bad that they stay down for the count of 10. Yeah, then Roman Reigns for some reason started talking about Kevin Owens' dead relatives. Kevin Owens turned into berserk mode and yeah, was dogging Roman Reigns. And then he put him on the table, and then he pop-up powerbombed him through a table, and then put him on another table, climbed on top of a forklift, swanton bombed, boom, right onto Roman Reigns through a table. And then there's a good moment where they came back to the stage. Roman Reigns ended up getting up from that. And yeah, they were fighting, and then Kevin Owens handcuffed Roman down to like the huge like metal pole, right? And it was on the count of 9, and like Roman Reigns was about to lose because he was handcuffed, but nope. He grabbed the referee by his shirt, threw him on the ground, and then he hit Kevin Owens in the testicles. And yeah, it took forever for the next referee to come out. And then Roman Reigns was just sitting there handcuffed, and then Paul Heyman was there for like 2 minutes trying to unhandcuff him. And then he got up, put the guillotine on Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens got choked out, and Roman Reigns ended up winning because Kevin Owens couldn't get up. I thought he was gonna win, but I don't know why the referee was standing so close to Roman Reigns. Like it was really good, but I also hated it because I wanted Kevin Owens to win. But Roman Reigns' tribal chief character is so good on a whole different level. It was like just really great. But yeah, he ended up choking him out, and then Kevin Owens was just laying there lifelessly. And yeah, Roman won. That match was really good. Really, really, really good. Then we got the main event of the evening. Men's Royal Rumble match. Let's get it. Okay. WWE, you gotta stop doing this thing. Edge was number 1. Yes, Edge, returning from injury again, was number 1. Randy Orton was number 2. Stop doing that. Like they were in a feud before Edge got injured. Like it is like the Royal Rumble is supposed to be random. And yes, WWE is scripted. Like, but it's supposed to be random. If Edge gets number 1 and Randy gets number 2, it's so fake. Like it just looks so fake. Like how does WWE if my background's loud, I'm sorry. But if my background's loud, I'm sorry. But yeah. There's no way Edge got 1 and Randy got 2. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like unless they cheated, which they obviously did. Like WWE, that's so fake. Like it could have been random and they have their feud, but no, they gave Edge 1, they gave Randy 2 when they were just fighting because they hate each other. Like WWE, please stop doing that. And the number 3 was Sami Zayn. He's doing this whole conspiracy thing. He's such a good character. And yeah, they were just Like Edge was beating the soul out of Randy, and it's kind of funny because everyone was jumping Edge from the get go. Like Mustafa Ali was number 4, and he came beating Edge with Randy Orton and Sami Zayn, and then like it was just like everyone just wanted a piece of Edge, and they were just like constantly jumping him, bro. A small thing, Shinsuke Nakamura, when he came out, he has his attire back. He doesn't have the whole overall thing, like it just like his no shirt with the pants. So he's a face again. Yeah, he got his attire back. Let's get it, bro. Let's go. Like small detail, but yeah, his attire is back. That's good for me. Yeah, Edge like injured Randy, and Randy got taken to the back, but we'll get into that later. Like I predicted this whole thing. I'm too much of a WWE fan. Carlito was number 8. I've been waiting for Carlito to return for the longest, and he finally returned. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Like, and that man was like swole. Like that man was built for no reason, bro. So yeah, he finally returned, and he was doing decent. Like backstabbers to everybody. He didn't spit the apple because Nakamura smacked it out of his hand. But yeah, Carlito returned, and yeah, I was expecting him to return because I don't know, he's been rumored around. Okay, yeah, WWE being fake again. Xavier Woods, who was in the New Day, got number 9. Big E, who's also in the New Day, got number 10. Stop doing that, WWE. It makes your product look terrible because the whole Royal Rumble thing is supposed to be random, and that's not luck because it's not the first time they've done this. Like, don't put tag teams or people who are feuding one spot after each other. The same thing with Bayley and Bianca Belair earlier in the night. Big E and Xavier Woods, Edge and Randy Orton. Like, they kept doing that. Like, stop doing it. Like, y'all did it 3 times in the same show. Like, people are picking up. So, yeah. Damian Priest, the only NXT male to be in the Royal Rumble. He came out number 14. He eliminated a plethora of people. He eliminated John Morrison. He eliminated The Miz. Who else he eliminated? He eliminated a good, like, 3, 4, maybe even 5 people. Like he was doing pretty good. Yeah. After he eliminated The Miz, who destroyed Bad Bunny's DJ booth thing or whatever. Yeah, Bad Bunny climbed the top rope and almost slipped. It was pretty funny. It jumped on The Miz and John Morrison. And yeah, that was a pretty cool moment. If you're a Bad Bunny fan, and WWE fan, this was perfect for you because you got a best of both worlds. But yeah, then Kane returned, number 18. And yeah, he was on a wrecking spree. He was eliminating people. Him and Daniel Bryan had a cool moment where they were united because they remember back in the day they were Team Hell No. But yeah, Kane was eliminating a lot of people. Like, this man's a mayor, bro, but like I guess he still got it. You still got it, chance. Yeah. Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio's son, eliminated King Corbin. I love King Corbin. Like, he needs to be pushed to let him hold the title. But yeah, Dominic got eliminated after he eliminated King Corbin by Bobby Lashley, who he hurled this man. He grabbed him, who Dominic is well over 200 pounds, and just tossed him like he was like nothing, bro. Like, it was hilarious. Like, Bobby Lashley is like 40 something, and he's still like swole, and he was eliminating people, but everyone jumped him and then threw him out. The Hurricane returned at number 23, and yeah, he was in there for a couple like a minute or two. Then him and Big E and Bobby Lashley threw him out. And then yeah, Omos, who was AJ Styles' bodyguard. I thought AJ Styles was gonna win, to be honest. He eliminated Big E. He eliminated Rey Mysterio. Like, he was just eliminating people because I guess he can. I'm waiting to see him in a WWE ring, please and thanks. But yeah, and then Braun Strowman came out at number 30 and just eliminated AJ Styles after Omos was saving him numerous times. And yeah, Braun Strowman was on a wrecking spree as well. But I think probably the highlight of the Royal Rumble for me, the men's Royal Rumble for me, well, in terms of returns, Christian coming out number 24. If you know me personally, you know I love Christian. Like, his music is fire. And, like, one of the most underrated main eventers I've ever seen. Edge always gets a spotlight. But Christian was, like, I'm not going to say Christian was on his level because that's not true. But Edge is right here and Christian's, like, right here, bro. Christian came back and was honestly doing pretty good. I don't know why they call his move the Unprettier. That is disgusting. Call it the kill switch. Thanks. But yeah, Christian came back and was on fire. And yeah, he was part of the final 4, I believe. And then Seth Rollins was number 29. He returned, and was curve stomping people. He eliminated Matt Riddle. He was the reason Daniel Bryan got eliminated. Just a whole bunch, like, yeah, Seth Rollins was being Seth Rollins, who is, one of the best technical wrestlers of our generation, maybe of all time. But the final people, remember, Randy was never eliminated. Randy came out and RKO'd Edge. I thought he was going to eliminate Edge because they were the final two, but Edge threw Randy out, and Edge lasted from number 1 all the way to number 30, and he won the thing. And me and my homie were texting what was happening, like, Edge better win, and then, yep, but me knowing WWE, I knew Randy Orton didn't get eliminated, so I was like, is he gonna win? Yeah. So yeah, that was good for me. I forgot to say, Damian Priest was the only NXT, and he had a hell of a showing. But yeah, the people I wanted to see return, I'll give them to you right now. I wrote those specific names down. I wanted to see The Fiend return, Samoa Joe, but this man was on commentary. I'm expecting him to like take his suit off and have his wrestling gear on. Buddy Murphy, who just randomly disappeared like out of nowhere, he's one of my favorite wrestlers. I wanted him to return. I wanted Kofi to be in a wrestling match, and I wanted what's his name, Brock Lesnar, but also, and I wanted Carlito. So only person to return out of all of those names I just named was Carlito, and technically Kofi. Also, I wanted Jimmy Uso to return, but I guess not. But yeah, the returns were pretty bad. I mean, we're pretty like good. I mean, but I'm gonna tally up the goods and bads right now. So, first match was bad. I'm gonna just count them up. So, Charlotte match bad. Sasha bad. Backstage segment with Miz and Morrison bad. That's 3. Peter Rosenberg bad. 4. Yeah. So 4 bads for this pay-per-view. Yes, I'm writing them down. And then Drew McIntyre match was good. Backstage segment with the New Day was good. Backstage segment with the New Day, was good. The Bianca Belair, so the Women's Royal Rumble, was good. That's 3 goods. Roman Reigns and not Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens match was good. That's 4. And the Men's Royal Rumble match was good. So that's 4 bads, 5 goods. So the Royal Rumble as a whole gets an up. And some of the bads were, like, 2 of the bads were, like, stupid stuff. Like, the 24/7 champion just get out of here. Like, Bad Bunny and Peter Rosenberg. But in terms of matches, the only 2 bad matches were Sasha versus Carmella in terms of booking. And the one on the kickoff show because of booking. Other than that, but, like, the main matches, like, Drew McIntyre match, I gave it an up. I gave the Women's Royal Rumble match an up. The Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens match an up. The Men's Royal Rumble match an up. So, yeah, we had a lot of returns. And, yeah, like, now I just want to show y'all how dedicated I am. I was taking notes throughout the entire thing. Like this is all notes. Again, I tallied it up at the top. But all notes. Like, it doesn't even stop there. Because, look. Second page. Like, I was taking notes. I'm such a dedicated WWE fan. This was such a joy to make. Like, and yeah, comment down below what you think. If you want to see more, like, reviews, like, if basketball, I'm a huge basketball fan, or even something else that you want to see a review of, like, what does not MJ Killer think of in terms of this. Just DM me if you have me on social medias, or just text me if you want. Or comment down in the comment section below. But overall, so even the petty stuff only makes up 2 bads, so it would have been like 5 goods and 2 bads. So yeah, Royal Rumble, such a spectacular, and they pulled it off in the Thunderdome. So I'm gonna give it a 6 ups and 4 bads. Yeah, so 6 ups, 4 bads. But yeah, so yeah, they pulled it off in the Thunderdome, which was really nice. So yeah, WWE Royal Rumble 2021. Banger. Edge is the only person to come out number 30 and win it, and come out number 1 and win it. History fact that they're probably going to shove down our throats in the future. But yeah, such a good pay-per-view. And yeah, comment down below what you want to see. I've been waiting for this video. I was so excited to do it. I love wrestling because, like, I'm going to do what you guys want to do, but at the same time, it's my channel and I want to do what I want to do. So if you're not a big fan of WWE and this isn't your taste, you can still stop by and drop a like if you want and see the, like, view it. Or if you want to watch it to see my opinion and how I talk, literally do whatever if you want. You can share it, likes, please subscribe. Hit the post notification bell. hit that bell so you know when fire bangers like this come out. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. This was fun. Like, share, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you don't miss any bangers. And not MG Killer out.